These are quite small pots really for what we do. The biggest ones that we make production wise are £80. The bottom section is £80 and the top section is £60. And a lot of people have complained recently that the wheel that I use is probably 30 odd years old, I think. I can't remember when it was made. And it whines a lot. So it's getting quite difficult to film and talk at the same time. It's not this with the other one I use for big pots. So yeah, but we hardly make any money actually out of the social media side out of this. You know, so you'll see this on Instagram. We don't get paid anything for that. And so it's for me, I could carry on with that wheel, but in terms of filming, I really need another wheel. And also it will be the ultimate test, because the next order, once I finish these, I've got 100 of these to make. The next order after that is 120 pots, which are 32 inches across by 24 inches tall. So they'll weigh, I think those ones are 140 pounds weight in total. So it's made out of two sections, an 80 and a 60. So yeah, just wondering if there is a wheel manufacturer that wants their wheels tested to the hill. And also the price of wheels has gone up fantastically because of things like the pottery throwdown, etc, etc. I don't mind paying something. I don't mind paying, you know, the bulk of the cost. But if we're actually going to film with it, and I'd give the manufacturer full credit, it's a really good opportunity to test one of the wheels out. So it would have to be able to throw, really at a minimum, sort of £100. I mean, the biggest one we've ever done in each section, I think was 140 pounds weight. So if there's a wheel out there that can do up to sort of 150, 200 pounds centering, so it's got to have good torque, preferably a remote foot pedal. And stable as well. So our biggest pots, the bats we use are 3 foot across, so 36 inch in diameter. So the wheel's got to be steady enough not to rock at that. So it's quite a big ask of any wheels. I think there are a couple of American ones, Brent, possibly Rode might do one, I'm not sure. It'd be nice if there's any English manufacturers or British manufacturers rather that produce wheels. I mean, these ones that I use now, this is a Gladstone heavy duty, but it's not the right sort of wheel for very, very big pots. The wheel looks a bit closer to the ground. So imagine some of our chimney pots would go up to 5, 6 foot high. So I've got to be able to have the pot low enough so that I can work at the top without being up in the ceiling. We couldn't show you turning over because I needed the person who was holding the camera to give me a hand twisting it. But basically we tipped it and we have a lot of foam in the workshop for jobs like this. So we've tipped it so that we can fettle the sharp base that you're left with. So that's the chimney from the, looking up the chimney as it were from the bottom. So what we'll do is we'll just fettle this and then it will be collected and go up to the kiln. So you fettle it so that basically when it's been lifted and manoeuvred on site, people aren't going to cut their hands. So we're just loading into the kiln. So it's going on a couple of tiles, and I'll just
just sit on that. That gives you a testament to the strength, the green strength of our products. So that's so there's 200 pounds weight on those. So when I say that everything's got to be iron proof, that's Iron in the high-vis jacket. So he does a lot of the loading. So we're back inside the kiln. Someone wanted to see what it was like when it was being loaded. So you can see the tiles stacked 5 high. Now these tiles will take that weight. So when this is completely loaded, the guys will get in and actually walk on top of the tiles to sort of place the rest of the pots. So you can see the very largest pots, they're actually that big. So we've taken out a row of tiles to sit them in. So give them a little bit of protection. The rest of the pots can all go on the tops. So this will all be, there'll be 23,000 plus tiles in here. Probably a bit more than that because there's flats, so you get a few more of those in. And then the rest is pots all the way on top. So they're just bringing in some more tiles. So we better get out of here because they need to start loading.